Well, you learn from it. You know next time not to do it. Yeah. So, you know, if he gives you his number, just be very careful if you haven't met him before in real life, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, strangers out there, mate.
Funny guy.
Yo, welcome, Nick, Adam. New van, delicious. First of all, I'd like to say, because I've not mentioned it, that we hit 20k. Not in one video. So we hit 20k.
Been that busy?
It's been too busy. And also, normally, my videos are scheduled, we record one or two and then they come in that sequence, but because we've been working with Chris, the sequence sort of chops and changed, so...
There he is.
He's here! And, sorry, I'll put Adam this way. So we hit 20k, thank you very much. I will be doing the giveaway. There's a few more things to turn up, but I think I'm just going to do the draw. Should we do it in the next video? So record them on the next video and get it all together. So
I already know what to use.
What?
Get amongst it.
Get amongst it, that's it.
It's got to be that.
And also, last night appeared a David Savoury video, DSES Electrical.
Down the well.
Down a well, which is a good video actually. It was long, but some people may think I was in the video. I was not. It was an imposter. It was not me. If you haven't seen Dave's video, I'll put a little screenshot here of the imposter that was Nick Bundy, which wasn't me. He had a Batman hat, he had a Snickers top, he had Flexicon. It was just missing a kind of monster really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And a slight tan. So Dave, Adam and I were talking about this morning. Adam and I, yes, straight off the bat, were talking about it, and just be careful, we're coming, alright? So,
You got me.
Oh my word. Oh, Adam, put on the van quick. What we're doing, so today working for a customer who actually got me off YouTube. It's from Stafford. He Googled me, didn't he? No, we Googled electricians and I popped up, obviously being in Stafford. Watched loads of my videos, boom. And we came quoted 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So run you through it. Guy has a lot of PCs, a lot of electronics, and which equals out a lot more earth leakage, as you know. So we put the clamp meter on outside. There's the board. We have one RCD, so this will be a 16th edition board. One RCD covering mainly sockets, cooker, upstairs sockets, garage sockets. It's had some alterations. I think it's in the last year or so. You know, Spark's come in and done a good job. It's a shame it's not flexible, but it is what it is. And I was waiting for a snarky comment. But I came in and the RCD keeps tripping. We tested it with the earth clamp meter, the Mega one, which is one of the prizes, by the way. And what were we getting? 18, 19, weren't we?
Yeah.
18, 19 milliamps. So, and then we did a ramp test on the RCD, and it's tripping out at, it was 17 and a half, 18. I took a picture.
There was like,
it was
in it, wasn't
very close.
Yeah.
So obviously when something's turned on out of the cooker, it's just bringing it over the top. So I said, well, we can just change the RCD over, maybe put some RCBOs, I think it's a bit closer, some RCBOs on the socket circuits. And the customer just turned around and said, you know, I've seen the videos of the board you're putting in, stick me a new one in. Yep, cool, no problem at all. So we're sticking a new one in, but then I did give him the option to bring it down because this is,
yeah,
it is high up.
Oh.
No, yeah, there's Adam on one step.
Second step.
2 step.
It's going to go to the second one, kind of.
Oh yeah, sorry, health and safety,
Yeah.
2 meters please. So we're going to bring it down as well and drop it. So adaptable box, done a video very similar. We did actually do the job yesterday doing the same thing for my mom, which was so much of a pain in the arse
For me.
for Adam. I didn't get home till 8:15. You know when you do stuff for free for family, you're like, oh, why? Why do you do it to yourself? My brother's the same as well, isn't he? Speaking to him this morning, rinsing me. You know. Anyway, I've done a video of this previously and it got loads of views, to be honest. I'll put a link to it in the description, moving the fuse box. So we're going to be adaptable box, DIN rail connectors, bring it down, and some trunking. Oh god, trunking. Dropping it down, turn your phone off please, it's very distracting. So yeah, we've got power bank out, that's doing the batteries, that's doing the freezer. And then, this is where we're at in the new van so far. So already, you would have seen the van vault video that I did of racking it out and showing the new van off. Look at my amazing idea. Look at my amazing, my mats, van vaults, floor, sliders, All sprayed matte black. So this is the only bit of old racking from the old van. That's all new. Oh, that linked up. That linked up. Come on.
The front, that's the juiciest bit.
What the grill?
Yeah, and
they've
the heated seats.
Oh, the heated seats. Oh. So before I had the reels, this is the way my old van was originally with the shelf, and I think it's the best option to go, because the reels was a good idea to pull a couple of meters off, but not so much fun when you've got 200 meters of 1mm or 6mm on there, and then you've got to pull it off. Anyway, it's not finished by any means. You've got 2 hoovers under there, ladders slide under here comfortably. I need to find a place for this. Thinking of doing some racking across the top, and then building this out, like I said in the video, only 7 inches or so just across, just to have a little cubby hole compartment for the odd bits and bobs like the Dade. Oh, delicious. Oh gosh, should we do it? Should we do a little pan? Little pan. So, trying to do things properly and easiest as possible. We're going to take the board off. We're going to go and test every circuit first, figure out what's what. As I'm just pointing out, there's 6 lighting circuits. There's 3 circuits that are up. I presume there's been an extension for this many. And 3 down. So we might combine a couple of the lighting circuits up in the adaptable box to bring down to be on their own RCBO. Sorry, conjoined RC. Conjoined? Is that a word?
No.
As you can see, it's quite neat. It's just going to be, the bonding's already there, the tail's already there, there's a main isolator outside already. It's a fairly newish house. I would have thought, what, 20?
Yeah, I'm going to go 25.
Well, to be fair, 25 years, but...
Yeah, date of last inspection 05.
Yeah, but that could have been when this board was changed, because this isn't... I don't think this is going to be the new board. By the looks of it, it's been rewired because it's new colours. Isn't it?
Yeah, because when did the new colours come in?
07, I think people said, 06, 07.
Yeah, so...
I would have thought it'd be rewired. I thought these houses were a lot newer. Anyway, we're going to test all this first, potentially combine some lighting circuits up here just to bring down, so if there's upstairs we can have one switch for upstairs. I've got a 14 way fuse box board, so we always want to leave a couple spare for additional stuff. Someone slipped in a nice Hager.
That's for this.
RCD. Oh, is this the garage sockets?
Yeah.
So surprising with the sockets in here, they've put 1, 2, 3 sockets on it, and it's on a ring. Work that out. Work that out, Adam. You tell me why. Was it you?
Oh,
You've been here? You've been here at weekends?
Yeah.
Also, Adam's got his driving test soon.
Yeah.
I won't tell you when. Obviously, I'll put it on Instagram. If he passes or fails, I'll rub in his face. So we'd have to pick him up every single morning. Finally. Yeah, because Adam's driving test got cancelled day before COVID, so...
Day before COVID,
day before lockdown. Day before lockdown. So, wish him all the best of luck, guys. So, I've whizzed past this as usual, getting too excited. Yeah. Getting too excited when I'm filming. Board's there. Meter cupboard's here. There is the isolator here, but realising now that the 25mm tails, which is fine, but they're run way over 3 meters, and if it's an over 3 meter length, we need to derate it to 32 amps. So we'll be putting there's room here, I can isolate this. Room here, I could put KMF switch in, and unbolt it from there, put that on the load side, put some new tails in, KMF switch, 60 amp fuse, which will derate the derate it to the correct fuse rating for a 3 meter length. Sounds like I know what I'm on about. Sound? Right, so I told you that my customer today obviously has found me off YouTube, and anyway, yeah. I swear to God, he's watched the videos and he's like hiding little things around. I've just found this live on the floor here. I don't know if it's a pure coincidence or he's having me up. Anyway, I giggled to myself. Carry on. So unfortunately, because I left the wonky tonkies at in my old van, still stuff in my old van, and so I'm recording, dude. Say something funny. Go on.
No.
Oh, the signal went anyway. So we're getting some ZS readings, counting on points of what, figuring out the line circuit. So at the beginning we've got a 40 amp on a 6mm, which obviously I'm not too happy about, so we'll change it to a 32. But they have it's labelled up as storage heating, storage heating. And apparently the customer's wife said that all the houses around here have them. And the house isn't 35 years old like we thought, Adam. It's about 15, which comes into accordance with the right colours. So I thought this estate was older than it is. Clearly not. But lighting circuits. One circuit does downlights, does lighting in the lounge, dining room, hall and toilet. And then we've got an upstairs lighting circuit, 2 bedrooms, the bathroom and the landing. And then 2 more 6 amps which do a burglar alarm. Next one does a smoking circuit. And then on the far side, on the RCD side, we then have another up and down light. So the down lights do the garage and the utility room, and the upstairs lights does the master bedroom and the toilet. God knows why. God knows why, Adam. Do you know why, Adam? Why did you do it this way when you did a foreigner on the weekend?
Dunno.
Brilliant, great answer.
These are those longest pins, Karen.
Good. Working for your money now. Hey? Right. Right, so we've just done halfway across the board. We've got to the kitchen sockets. What we've been doing, writing stuff down, labelling it up. Adam's just got the label printer out. We're going to do some cable flags. We will need to print 2 of them off, by the way, because it's a ring. I'm not swearing at you, it's 2. Put 7 marks on there because it's the 7th one across. I was going to start pulling these up and out and putting the ties on, but it's a bit tight. But I will say to anyone that installs fuse boards, if you do it like this, then the next person that comes around makes their life 10 times easier. So whoever did this, you good job. Go on, say it, Adam. Tell them they did a good job.
Did a bad job.
What? Right, next one is downstairs sockets. Let's go and have a test. Unilight, phone, freezer, batteries. Adam, 2 meters please. Adam is currently printing all the stickers off, cable flags. Luckily, I got to use my wash pole. So, power's turned off. I'll happily prove to everybody.
Do you want to hold the camera?
No, I don't need no man. Will this fit straight in there? Obviously, I need to prove it dead properly with the proving unit, but I know it's disconnected. I've turned the switch outside and I've pulled the main tails out, but that's dead now. We've done everything we wanted to do. We've welded up the rings, marked up, garage, upstairs, downstairs, kitchen. Line circuits is just going to draw on what's what. Once this pulled through, we're then going to stick them stickers on down there, put the adaptable box on, and then get chomping at it. So we're at now, literally impact driver jobby, undo everything. We've just took the main carcass, so I didn't rail out. I just need to take this off because obviously this needs to go choppy. Come down a bit, choppy. And we've also got our gas and our water 10mm bonding in as well. So my plan is, where's this big trunk in? It's in the corner. That's our one, isn't it? There, in the corner. No, that's not mine. Where's my trunk in? Oh, he's here. Sneaky. Hopefully that'll fit in. If not, I'm just chop a bit of plaster out just to bring that as level as possible. AD box is going to go roughly here as well because lengthwise on all the cables is super fantastic, isn't it, Adam? Isn't it, Adam? Adam's so impressed. So impressed.
Here you've put up lights, second bed, bathroom, plus landing. Should I just put?
Yeah, just put up lights.
Because the other one's labelled master. Plus
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, Sam, mate. Hey, see, he's thinking on his feet.
I always think to be fair.
Wow.
Well, apart from actually, no.
Yeah, go on.
As I say, apart from yesterday.
Apart from yesterday, you.
Well, there was only one. Oh no, there was 2 little things.
Well, you learn from it. You know next time not to do it.
Yeah.
So you know if he gives you his number, just be very careful if you haven't met him before in real life. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, strangers out there, mate.
Funny guy.
That's where we're at. Separated them all, labelled them all up. You know exactly what's what. I even labelled these, even though I know where they go to. 0.03 on the ring we got for that. For 2 sockets and an outside light. So, adaptable box. A lot of people ask me what adaptable boxes I use for the connect switches and all that sort of stuff. Quiz? Don't know. There's a part number. I get it from my local wholesaler. And out to be fair, this one's from a local wholesaler. Expert Electrical, Bundy 10. That's where I got it from. Not this one. The other ones I normally use. And obviously the fuse box stuff as well. Expert Electrical, Bundy 10. 10% off all your electrical needs. So, I need to now plan this out because obviously I need to extend the tails, the main earth, and the bonding. So I think what I'm going to do is adaptable box. I think I'm going to put it to the left here, din rail in that, and then I'll come off the bottom side here in the trunking. And then I'm going to put some trunking straight down for my tails, and in the trunking, weird stuff, which I think it should be flexible. We're going to get a Henley block and also one of the earth blocks as well, so I can put all, because I don't want to be jointing, not meant to be jointing 10mm bonding cables. So put an earth block in there, we can terminate all them down, and then just bring another 16mm down, and we'll use that for our joint. So if we ever want to test without our bonding in place, we can just disconnect from there and just get true reading from the board. The board I'm going to be putting here on this brickwork, so the trunking should come down left hand side from the adaptable box, and then sort of centre-ish for the tails as well. Boom, boom, din rail. Just chop that down. So of course I have a stacker full of din rail connectors. One I prepared earlier. There for 6mm. It does actually say, you won't be able to see on there, I can't even see on there because the lighting. Yeah, 6mm, right. Obviously from my last video I was using these and I hadn't realised that all the backs were earthed. So when I tried to test the thing, I was getting funny readings because all of the connections were earthed out together in the back. So I ended up disconnecting and just hanging them off while I was testing. So won't make that mistake again. I just wanted to get these ones because you could tell it clearly it was the earth of the CPC. Anyway, so these are 4mm ones, 6mm ones, 4mm ones, and these ones are for 2.5. So I'll be using probably use the 2.5 ones for the lighting, these three, and then obviously we just smash the 2.5s and the rings and the 4mm ones and the 6mm and the 6mm ones. So I am going to conjoin, what is wrong with me today? I'm going to join together a couple of the lighting. So the master bedroom and the ensuite are going to be joined onto the upstairs lighting. Equally, the downstairs lighting is going to be joined onto something or other, I can't remember, I'll have a look. And obviously this is going to be brought down and cut off and go straight into the board. So yeah, I'm going to mount this. It's going to go straight to the ceiling. I got some fire sealant that's going to then fill the hole back up. I mean, it's a bit up there already. It probably looks like silicone actually. And then get this in place, start connecting up what I want to do. And once that's done, I'll mount the board down, and I'm going to have to nip to the wholesale to get some Henley blocks because I don't have any in the new van. Okie dokie. Right, that's on, that's level. That's on, that's level. Plan is straight across there, straight across there. So I'm going to cut some of me horrible trunking. Flexi would look there. Let's tuck some of this up there. It's a thick one. That's a thick boy. Oh, look at that. I'd have finished the job off lovely. Anyway, measure that out. I'm going to try and do cuts. I'm not going to stick it on the side and time lapse because I've got to get a rig on with this. Adam's up in the loft. The customer had a new bathroom fitted a while ago. Electrician came in, all bathroom fitted, you know what they're like. Put some downlights in and left up to 12-foot spare cable that was just hanging around the joist all off the loft insulation. The loft insulation wasn't put back down, and there was single insulation exposed on the light fitting as well. So Adam's up there just sorting that out, and there's an extra socket to go to the lounge on. I'm going to do that in a bit. So I'll jump back and forth. I might set a time lapse up while I'm just doing the stuff up because I can actually stick the camera high level for once and you'll be able to see. So yeah, it's turning out nicely. I just have to need to wholesale at some point for that stuff. We're getting there. I know I keep saying that every time, but every time I say that, we're getting there. So it's fine. Trunking's cut. I've cut the back out. I marked up where I want stuff. I'm finally getting around to using my Bosch wholesale set. We actually did use it the other day. Oh yes, yesterday for my mum's stuff. I've placed the trunking on top. I've drawn round. I don't want to use these knockout because we've got a hell of a lot of cables to run through. So I'm going to be using a 38mm bit. That should fit in there lovely for us to get some grommet strip round. I'm going to do 2 there. Probably the 1. I'll see if I've got I'll see if I've got a tails gland to go in there, because if I can conceal it in here as well, which is going to help it, that can't be pulled. Yeah, okay, I'm going to get these cut out, probably get loads of metal splinters everywhere, have a bit of a tidy up, bit of a hoover, and then what I said to Adam yesterday, probably the best option, make this off, then take it up and do the din rail afterwards. But yesterday we used Wagos up there because it was a very tight spot and a smaller AD box. So, oh yeah, I need to bring this down as well. Forgot about that. That'll still be there at the end, I know it will. So yeah, trunking, holes, grommet strip, and then I'm going to start pulling some cables up and down. Adam's coming down from the loft. Just showed me a video what he's done. Loads better. Tail gland wouldn't fit, it was too thick. Adam, do you know the downside of doing this board?
What?
We've got to go in from the top.
Top entry.
Yeah, not, what do we call it?
Oh, dear oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear. Oh yeah, also, should we tell people this? They'll come kidnap you. Adam's got his own set of van keys and deadlocks and everything as well, so from now on there's no Nick, you got the key, no I gave it to you, no I gave it to you, blah, blah, blah. Got our own keys. But unfortunately now Adam thinks it's funny to try and lock the van or open it before I get there.
Or turn it on.
Yeah, you turned it on. I drilled 2 holes and I thought it was going to happen. Obviously the centre joint, because there was already knockouts here, fell out, so I've just opened it up with some grommet strip. We've used the whisker tail gland one, so that's in there solid. That's going to come down. So I'm going to stick the trunking on now, and then probably start doing the RCBOs. You're probably going to do the socket, but then we can get the drums of cable off and run the new lengths in. Nearly. I didn't get that bit, don't worry. Adam was singing, it was beautiful. Tails are in, they're up, I've just stuffed them up there for now so they're out of the way. Like I've said before in previous videos, get your tails done, get your main earth done. They're a pain in the arse to try and bend neatly once all the cables are in. So, we're going to have a count out what we got. We've definitely got 3 rings, we've definitely got 2 more 32s for the cooker and the heater, because it's a big storage tank thingy-mabobby. And what else? Have we got any radials? We have any 20mm?
No.
No. And all the rest is lighting, so alarm will be on its own, smoke alarm will be on its own. 2 of them we connected together for upstairs and 2 for downstairs. I might put the garage on a separate one in case that trips, at least the light's still on in here. So yeah, I'm going to set all the RCBOs out, get them in, get them crimped, get all that's done. Then we're going to chuck some cables up and go from there. Right, so what I'm doing now, as you can clearly see, is putting RCBOs in. But this is the first time, like I said before, without chop and change. See if we can do things a different way to make life easier, or learn that it makes life worser, because that's a word. So what I'm putting my breakers in from the left, and the theory behind this is we know exactly what breakers we've got up there. That's off, we've already tested them, we know what's what. But for the first time ever putting them in on the left, I am able to get my RCBO fly leads for the neutrals exactly how I want them, instead of bringing them down and having a big bunch, because normally I'd start from the right, we'd take one down, we'd take another one. By the time you get to here, you're having to pass it through 100 different RCBOs, cables. It's difficult to get it neat, but from the left I can pass it down, pass it up, cut it the right length, as we get closer. So we're going to have 5 lighting circuits. The only 2 that I'm joining together are going to be the upstairs lights with the master bedroom. And that is really the only reason I'm doing it, I would say, is give us a spare way on the board, because we're going to have still going to have 3 spare ways. I'm going to separate the breaker, the 6 amps, because we've got no 20s whatsoever. I'm going to separate the 6 amps away from the 32s. I'm going to leave a gap there for heat dispersion. Oh, that's a good word, Adam. Heat dispersion. So that's going to go in there. I've marked out, I held up the buzz bar against the DIN rail and marked with a pen roughly where they're going, so I'm not putting them in the wrong place and then yanking it across and then undoing all the neatness I've just done. So that's the plan with that. Adam stood behind the camera staring at me. What's up, mate?
No, just before I put loads, trying to just double check.
Yeah, sound. So Adam's, we measured off, we need, how many 2.5s was it? 6. 6 2.5s. Yeah, that's perfect. 2 6mm and 5 1mm. So Adam's just cutting them all to length out there. He's just going to put it on the drum because it's easier to pull the right length off. Disgusting. So, yeah. Adam, should we do question time?
Question? What? Instagram or?
No, just ask me a question you think the viewers might find interesting.
Do you think I'll be a good spar?
Do I think you'll be a good spar? You already are. People are going to say, so gross. No, genuinely, like, if you think you compare yourself to, well, where I was at your age and the progression you've had. I know it helps that I've given you more of an opportunity than sort of I had to do stuff, but genuinely, you're methodical, you're logical, you make the odd mistake, but there's the best thing to do is to make mistakes, you learn from them, don't you? So, like yesterday. Adam set up KMF switch. Need a 60 amp in there. 2 6mm, 5 1mm, and 6 2.5s, but we realised we didn't need 6, we needed 4 because one ring is coming down here. That's what we got.
Use it inside though, can't we?
Yeah, I'm just going to do the socket inside so we can use it for that. So I'm going to try and do this slowly and closely so you lot can see, because I know I whiz past stuff really quickly. 5 6s, 5 32s. We've got a break there for where we can put blank in. Swept them all across. I've cable tied the 6s together, and I've cable tied very loosely together to hold them together, and you can see at the back the 6s come down here and the 32s come down here. Different crimp sizes for breaker ratings. Obviously this is a 6 amp one, and then the grey one in the set that I've got is the 32. Like I've done in previous videos, this is the Percival set off Amazon. Great little crimping set. I did drop them the other week. So 20 quid Amazon, boom. I'll put a link. There we go, I said it. So I'm going to get these run. I'm going to do these one by one. Start, cooker, heater, ring, and then once that one's in, and then we'll work that way. And as I'm bringing them up, I'll do it all down here. I'll make it off there, vice versa, just so we know what's. Just said to Adam, I can't count. Excuse me. The gap that I left for heat dissipation, boom, I actually needed another 32 amp, so I just took a bit apart, put another 32 amp in. Luckily, God's were above me, so because I left that spare, that's bang straight in. I don't have to move anything across. These got a bit jumbled in pulling cables through, but they will all be hidden. So that's where we're at so far. We have cooker, heating, ring. There's another 2 rings to go there. There's one more ring up there, which is the kitchen. Then the other ring will be the garage. 5 lighting circuits. That's what I've been doing, sweeping it down. You can see there. Been using screws for the time being just to separate them. Obviously, for in here we're meant to be putting fire rated, clips, that D rings that hold it down. I have got some in the van, but they're not for this size trunking. So whether or not we're just going to put 1 or 2 in for, I don't know, 2 6mm, 4 2.5s, 4.25s, and then the 1mm, and do it for that. I've done it in all-round band before, but realistically, is this 550mm piece of trunking gonna need, what would you put it in there? Speak honestly, it's alright. No, it just seems absolutely pointless putting that in there. I couldn't understand if it's on the ceiling or it's full length piece or running across the front of a doorway, but that bit seems a bit pointless when everything's going in a metal fuse box board anyway. Din rail, we're getting there. It's not the neatest thing in the world. We're doing what we can do. Everything's labelled up above so we can see what runs straight down. Adam's just put the KMF switch on side. You good job. Boom, 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 boom. Straight in there. Adam, luckily, God bless him, has had that in his pocket. So we managed to move it over. We're looking at elbows and whatnot. It's obviously brought off the wall a little bit more than the other ones because the holes for the board don't match up with the measurements for the pattress. But here's what it is. Last ring in. I need to just connect that one up. Then the rings are all done. Then we can jump onto lighting circuits. So I'm really happy with how it's coming out so far. It's not too messy. Electrical shop, electrical, that's what they're called. Just drop them off to me. There we go. But I can straight through for each tail, and that will fit in nicely there. So I can screw them back. We'll just offset them so they're not next to each other and filling it. And then also we've got 4-way earth block. So once that's on, that's screwed back. I'm just going to multi-tool like I did down here. The lip off internally, that can then screw flat, and then what we'll do is put some stickers on the outside of the trunking to say obviously bonding conductors are terminated in here, that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'll crack on with this and then we'll report back when we get onto the lighting. Right, a few people, I keep saying right, it annoys myself when I say that. Not right. My size 13 Vita starting to horrendously ache stud on there. Either ladder's the same size thickness tread. So I'm trying to get all of the stuff up top done first, and give my feet a bit of a break while I wire it all down in here. So lighting circuits going in. So the first one that we've got there is doubled up for the upstairs lights. Then across from that we have garage and utility lights. Then we've got security alarm, smokes, and then down lights. So they're going to go in, they're going to run them down. So, but I will give a quick shout out. I did the podcast for EGT again the other day. I've not done one for ages. Rick wasn't there, Sam was, Neil Bridgman and Mark Allison. So, I hope I got his surname right. Here he is. Had a good chit chat. The two new guys, Mark and Neil, have joined the podcast, and it's called Monday Club. Whole dynamics changed. It's still funny, still enjoyable, but we actually learned something this time as well. Little dig at Sam there. That's
you just cut us a bit too far. I forgot my shoes.
Yeah, man. So yeah, did Monday Club the other day. Good few conversational topics. I can't remember right now, but yeah, I'll put the link below. By the time this video's out, that episode will be out. I'll put a link to that. Give them a watch. It's on YouTube as well, so you've got visual, which is nice, because before it was just on Podbeam or iTunes and whatnot, so it was just audio. But when I watch the podcast, most of the time I like to do, stick it on the background, I like to watch what's going on as well. So it's on YouTube, put the link to that. Go and subscribe to them, everything that'll help, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, go check them out. Also, before I forget, I want to shout out to Matthew, that's Mark's son. Avid watcher and listener, I think. He's a big fan, so appreciate it, mate. And say to your dad for me. We are very nearly there. Do a nice close-up so you guys can see. So we've got our main 16mm earth in there. All of our earth in. All the 1mm cables for the light, and they're all doubled over in the RCBOs and in the earth bar. There's no single 2.5s, otherwise they'll be doubled over. They're all the ring. And then we've got 6mm that aren't doubled over. We've got our ferrules on our RCBOs. A couple of cable ties around that if you've skipped past a bit earlier, just to neaten them up, get a nice spread. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ring mains, 2 6mm 32A circuits, one for the cooker, one for the heating, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lighting circuits. It was 6. Joined up top was the master bedroom and the upstairs lights, just to bring it on the same circuit. So it gives us 2 clear ways on the board. Bringing it up here, we have our din rail connectors. These are going really nicely. I can see I've changed colour here. These are for 2.5mm. Obviously I've been putting 1mm in it. These are for 4mm, they've had 2.5 in it. And these are for the 6mm. These ones have they're solid on the DIN rail. They've just, for some reason, the grey ones have dropped a bit, and I don't know why, but it's not the neatest in the world. All right, it's down here, up here, obviously it's a bit of a jumble, but everything's labelled up to what's what. So anyone in the future that wants to mess around with this or this, they'll know and be able to identify everything. So that's the sort of quality of work that we want to hold up to, innit? That we want to do, but at the same time that we want to see when we come to jobs. Like the board that was here before was nicely presented, nicely dressed, easily identifiable of what's what. So last thing, I'm going to extend these, put the earth block in, trim a bit of that off. Adam's already put the KMF switch on, but it's not wired into the isolator. You've just done double socket and tidied up outside. And my phone is going berserk. So yeah, let me get this last bit wrapped up.
Then a little bit of testing.
And some testing. Obviously we've got to retest everything, because everything's, even though, you know, you could add a couple of resistance to the test sheets, but we need to make sure that that is tightly and secured. So we'll end up doing the same tests again, but it's quicker the second time round because you know exactly where to test and what to test. So yeah, let me finish off and then we'll recap. Okay, gas, water and main labelled at the top on the block. We've got two Lucy blocks because they're the smaller versions of Henley blocks, which is the double pole. I could be completely wrong there, so go with it. Put some P-clips in, back to the wall, loads of fire sealant at the top, blocking the hole up. Happy with that. I can put the lid on that now. Just got to connect in the pit, not the KMF switch, mains isolator into the KMF switch. We can then power up, do our normal dead tests, redo our tests again, RCD tests, ZEs and blah 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 blah, all them usual. At the same time have a sweep up, so I'm happy with the finish. That's going to have loads of stickers on it. The trunk will have a few stickers. Then we're going to do the board up with the brother. So it's been a long day. It is So what time did we start? Just 8:20, didn't we?
Yeah, because we didn't go to the shop this morning, did we?
Yeah, so yeah, it's been a long day and a few more things to do, finish it off. So I think it looks nice. Still will look better in flex conduit though, wouldn't it, Adam?
No.
Yeah, that's all on. We've tested everything. We just need to do the RCDs. I'm just stickering the board up. Quite a few people asked me questions about the brother. Oh, there you go. Someone decided to print that off and stick that on the back years ago. Believe it or not, that was like, Adam knows this. Quite a few people might know this if you've seen the videos. My friend took his own life years ago, and he, very close friends, all that sort of stuff, and I bought this off the company he worked for at the time, where he was showing me how to use it, and I never knew that sticker was on the back until my van got broken into, everything got stolen, including this, and this was the only thing the police found, and they either went, "You're either Nick Bundy Electrical or Willie's." And I was like, what are you on about? And that's how I found out I said that on the back. So anyway, I get a lot of questions about sizing, because trying to size this up doesn't work correctly for fuse box boards. And I can't remember with Hager, I think it lines up quite properly. So this is the app that we use. And normally, so I've got 24mm in. So if we change it here, you can change the size, but then you can change the size here. So I find 313mm. This is I put it out for a 15-way. Obviously, this is a 14-way board, but we end up printing sometimes 6 of these off, which is a massive waste. But as you can see, I printed that one off too big, and it overlaps, doesn't meet up with the line. So if you go into the settings, you can change stuff around here to alter it to fit your lines correctly. Done. Done. Yep. Done. That's our finished product. Sorry, dude.
That's all right.
Right, well happy. Even Adam said it looked neat. Even Adam said that. Just put a bit of corking, bit of corking just around the edges to seal it up. Obviously we've got the fire sealant at the top. That's all level, that's all labelled up. So, oh sorry, I'll let you see these a bit better. So yeah, well chuffed. Obviously I've put water bonding 10mm and gas bonding 10mm located behind the trunk in. Got the safety, the earth sticker on. I didn't really need to put that on, but I have, just to show that the earth connection is behind there. On the certificate it will be mentioned that there is An adaptable box above with all the cables and the fuse board's been dropped. Likewise, there'll be a KMF switch mentioned, and also that there is Henley blocks in that trunk as well. More information, the better, for either when you come back or if someone else takes over the job, the house, the property at some point, and you don't become the electrician anymore. Hi, Chris.
I'll be coming.
What? You?
Keep Chris.
Just keep flatbed, mate. I'm not quite decided what we're going to do.
Is that big, yeah?
Yeah, it's put on the flatbed, mate.
Is that tall? Need a flatbed, yeah?
So, fans slowly but surely getting. There's a few more things I've got to add. I bought some Tasty Delicious. Oh, right in the face, I missed that. Some wheels, a few things for the front.
Oh, you bought them in the end?
Yeah.
Oh.
You naughty. I'm not told safe yet, so that should be interesting. But yeah, another good job done. Don't know how long the video. Adam, how long's the video?
35 minutes.
35?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I reckon 28. 28 mins, squins. So yeah, cool, happy. Check out EGTE podcast. I say I'll put the link at the end. None of us are representing.
Reference Snickers, bro.
Right, well, we like the Snickers. We like the Snickers. Snickers is good, but also Bundy 10, as Chris mentioned, Expert Electrical and Rhino Trade. All the links below. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thought I forgot.